Let's pick my November TBR. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Trishita Reads. I am Trishita and in today's video, I will be selecting the books that I will be reading in the month of November. Finally, after so many months, I am back with my TBR card and I have selected around 20 to 30 books that I want to read or I am interested to read or I'm looking forward to read in the month of November so that it becomes easier for me to select all of the books. And like always, I have my TBR jar full of prompts. So without any further ado, let's start with the video. First of all, giving an update about my October reads. I am way behind, guys. These are all of the books that are in my October TBR, but I don't think that I will be able to finish or get to all of these because I have a video planned in the last week of October and I don't think that any of these books will be a fit for that. I'll try to read at least one before the month ends, but I'm way too behind, guys. This is very sad that I performed so poorly when it comes to reading all of the books from my TBR, but I will add these books in this card so that it becomes easier for me to select these given I get a prompt that is suitable for any of these books. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. October was actually a busy month for me because yes, Durga Puja was there and for one entire week everything outside was festive. I was spending time with my family and that is the reason why I feel like I did not read that much. Plus Diwali is also coming and yes, Kali Puja is also coming. So I have a lot of things that are planned in the month of October and yes, that is the reason why I felt like I did not perform that well. But I do not have any kind of plans in the month of November. It will be a lazy and cozy month for me. Hence, I am hoping that I will be reading a lot more compared to October. So I have decided that I will stick to the number of books that I generally select in my videos and that is 10. Let's see what the first prompt is. Let me shake the jar first and select one. Okay, the first one we have is a book with a 5-word title. Can my camera focus? Okay. How many options do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the first book that I see is The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. It is a 5-word title. Then, oh, we have Things I Wanted to Say by Monica Murphy. Okay, the last book that is on my TBR that has 5-word titles is Thick, and I am scared to pick this book up. Can I manage to take this book out? Okay. I rechecked again to see whether I have any more titles left, but the last book that has 5-word title is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. I am scared. Not gonna lie, I am very scared to pick this book up and most definitely I'm not gonna pick it up now because this is just the beginning of the video and I don't want to pick a book that is so thick that it is almost half my face. So what I have decided is I will be either choosing The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros or Things I Wanted to Say by Monica Murphy, which is also a thick book, by the way. I have read both of these authors before and I loved reading Rebecca Yarros's Fourth Wing, so I think I will be going for The Things We Leave Unfinished as the first book for the month of November. From the tagline of this book, one thing I realized is this can be a enemies to lovers situation because the tagline says, Two enemies, one unfinished manuscript, the love story of a lifetime. The two main characters of this book are Georgia and Noah. Georgia's grandmother was a best-selling romance author and she had one unfinished manuscript that she wanted to write, but unfortunately she passed away and Georgia really wants to publish her last work. To rescue her, Noah comes into the picture, who is a current best-selling romance author, and that's how I guess they cross paths. But I also want to know what happened that made them enemies because from the blurb of this book, it doesn't feel like they knew each other or there was a past animosity between these two. So it will be really interesting to see what the character dynamics are and I'm really excited to read this one. I will be keeping Sarah J. Maas's book at the top for better accessibility because I was struggling basically to pick that book. Now let's come to the second prompt and we have latest book on your TBR. What is the latest book on my TBR? Okay, I have a few options. The first one is Daydream, which I was supposed to read in the month of October, but I didn't. This is one. Then I have, oh, how can I forget? Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This cover is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let me show you guys what this book looks like from inside. Just admire, okay? Just admire it. Don't have to say anything, don't have to do anything, just admire this book, okay? This is absolutely gorgeous. Plus we have a character art that can be used as a reverse dust jacket. This is absolutely beautiful. I don't know what looks better, the original dust jacket or the reverse dust jacket. And since I am keeping powerless as an option, I won't be choosing reckless. But I did get powerless and reckless at the same time. These are the deluxe editions that recently launched in India. So if you want to, then you can go and grab it from Amazon, Podega India, whichever website you want to. But this is definitely a beautiful book that needs some small space in your bookshelf. Let's just select one more option so that I get more confused, because I love doing that to myself. I think I will select Better Than the Movies as the third option. And now this tag is very confusing because all of these three books are on my priority list to read. And since Daydream was in my October TBR, I am also biased towards that as well. I just want to finish it. I think I'll go for the safe option and I'll read Daydream by Hannah Grace. Daydream is the third book in the Maple Hill series, and it is basically the love story of Henry, and I'm really excited to read this one. I have said this multiple times already that I am very excited to read this, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, I am not able to pick this book up, and I really hope that in the month of November, I finally pick this book up and do this book some justice. So pray for me. The two main characters of this book are Henry and Hallie. Henry is the captain of the hockey team and Hallie is a introvert who is studious and definitely is a people pleaser, and that is the reason why these two cross paths. And I'm really interested to see how these two characters evolve and what are the complexities that are lying inside these two characters. Definitely very interested. And yes, this officially becomes the second book in my November TBR. Okay, now coming to the third prompt, we have, what do we have? A book set in an alternate world fantasy. Here we go. And thank God that I did not put Powerless back on the shelf, because yes, I'm not even going to look at my shelf. I will be straight up adding this book to my TBR. I know that I have already read Powerless, but before reading Reckless, I want to reread this book again. And it has been months that I have read this book and I have actually forgotten what the story was, what were the details or the intricacies in the story. So it will be, yes, a quick read, because as I will be progressing in the book, I will be remembering things that will help me to read this book faster, and I want to read this hardcover and annotate the hell out of it. The quote in the back of the book actually sums up everything that happened in this book. Mark my words, Prince, I will be your undoing. In this fantasy world, we have elites that have some kind of powers, and we have ordinary people who do not have any kind of power. The elites are a part of the kingdom of Ilya, and obviously they are super rich, they have all the luxuries in life, whereas the ordinary people are banished from the kingdom of Ilya and they have to go through all of the hardships in life. They have to survive every single day, and they are basically poor and the people who actually need all of the resources, but they don't get it. So our main character Payden is an ordinary, but she pretends to be an elite to survive in the harsh world, and due to some unforeseen circumstances, she is forced to participate in the trials, and the stakes are very high. In the same trials, the prince of kingdom of Ilya also participates, and sparks start flying between them instantly. This book is all about high stakes, romance, banter and adventure. I am really excited to reread this one. This book becomes the third book in my November TBR. So far, I am really happy with the way this TBR is progressing. Let's see what the fourth prompt is. We have, how many cheats I'm picking up? We have an author you have never read. I think there are many. I have not read anything by Bake Sahi, if I'm pronouncing it right. I have not read anything by Julia Lynn Rubin as well. And I have also not read this author, We Are the Wildcats by Shoiban Vivian. I have not read anything by Sayaka Murata as well. I do have Convenience Store Woman in my TBR. I have not read anything by Catherine Center as well. I do have The Bodyguard by her, which I have heard is very interesting as well. For now, I think all of these books are enough as an option for this prompt. Let's see which one I pick, and I am definitely biased towards Sayaka Murata's Convenience Store Woman, because yes, this is a thin book and it is a Japanese translated fiction. I love it. Plus, I also want to read I Want to Die But I Want to Eat Tteokbokki. It is also a translated fiction. And I think I will be going for any of these two books only because I already have romance in my TBR and I already have fantasy in my TBR. And these two books might bring something that will help me cleanse my taste when I'm reading this TBR. So the main question is whether I choose I Want to Eat Tteokbokki or I want to choose Convenience Store Woman. I think I'll go for Convenience Store Woman because I have heard a lot of good things about this book. And yes, this book has been in my TBR for quite some time now. It is high time that I pick this book up and read it. So I'm just gonna do the same. The main character of this book is Kiko, and she is working in the same convenience store for 18 long years. Yes, her parents are disappointed in her that she is not getting married. Her friends are also disappointed in her because she is not moving to any other job. She is stuck at the same place for a very long time, and that is not doing anything good to her work life plus personal life as well. And yes, Kiko is not someone who fits in the boxes, and she already knows it. She knows what makes her happy, and she is absolutely fine with what she is doing. I am very excited to see how the dynamics of Kiko is with her family and friends. What are the complex emotions that she is going through, because it is very difficult to be stuck in one particular job for a very long time. And since she does not fit in any of the boxes that are suited for us by the society, I am also excited to see how she copes up with these feelings. Even though this book is very thin, but I do know that this book will definitely keep a mark in my heart, and I am all for it. This book goes as the fourth book in my TBR. We are halfway through my TBR, and let's select the fifth prompt. We have read the longest book on your TBR. And we all know what that book is. I'm scared. A few minutes ago, I was saying that my TBR is progressing really well, and then God throws this brick on my face. I have to read House of Earth and Blood in the month of November. For a reference, just look at the size of this book. It is half my face. Half my freaking face. Not gonna lie, I am very scared because this book is huge and I already have a fantasy in my TBR. But we got to do what we got to do. This was the prompt that I got and I will be sticking to it. Bound by blood, tempted by desire, unleashed by destiny. Okay, this book has fae in it, plus this book also has high stakes, and this book does not have any kind of adventure, it seems, from the blurb of this book. I don't want to read that much into the story because I want to go as blindly as possible, because I have realized that Sarah J. Maas's books works the best for me if I go blindly. I know that the writing will be absolutely amazing because I am in love with A Court of Thorns and Roses series, which I have not finished yet. I am excited to see what new characters Sarah J. Maas brings in this book. Plus, Sarah J. Maas is a master when it comes to writing about family drama, politics, and include fairies and fantasy elements in it. So I am also excited to see what this world has, how this world has developed, because the author has a lot of pages to do that. I am just hoping that it is slightly closer to how good A Court of Thorns and Roses is. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and let's see what the sixth prompt for my TBR is. We have a book you think you will rate 5 stars. I don't know. But I have heard a lot of good things about Better Than the Movies and I Want to Die But I Want to Eat Tteokbokki, and yes, The Bodyguard. Here we go. I don't know what I should pick. We already have 2 romances, we already have 2 fantasies, and I also do feel like that we should have 2 Japanese translated fiction in my TBR. Why not? Hence, I will be picking I Want to Die But I Want to Eat Tteokbokki. So the blurb of this book talks about depression, anxiety, and I am feeling that this book will bring a lot to the plate. I do think that this book will be heavy. I'm really happy that I picked this book up after having this book for almost 6-7 months already, and yes, very excited, and this becomes the 6th book in my TBR. Done with all of the arranging. Let's move on to the 7th prompt. Let's see which one I get. buy a new book and read it. And only today, I got a parcel from a friend of mine. I know what is inside that, and I think I'll be selecting that book only. I don't want to spend any more money because I already have. So let me just open that parcel. Let me unbox it in front of you and let me show you what book it is. This book is by a very famous author, and this book was in my TBR for a long time. And my friend was kind enough to unhaul it, and I just grabbed the chance and I got that book. We have Funny Story by Emily Henry. I am a big fan of Emily Henry because the way she writes grief is absolutely amazing. Okay, I am a fan of her writing, and when I saw that my friend was unhauling this book, I was like, bro, please give that book to me. I need it. See how well she has kept the book. She has already read it, but there is no breakage in spine, and that's what you find when you get books from reader friends. Wow, she has given a handwritten note as well. This is so sweet. This is so sweet. Thank you, Suhani. Thank you so much. I know that you are watching this video, and thank you for this beautiful book. I'm very excited to read this one. This story is very funny because this book is about Daphne, who falls in love with her ex-fiance's new partner's ex. And I guess we also have fake dating trope in this book, which turns out to be a romance. I hope so. I'm always excited to read a Emily Henry story, and not gonna lie, I just want to leave everything and start this book now. Now let's move on to the 8th prompt and let's see what I get. A book that has been translated to English. And I do have this one. And the book that I'm talking about is More Days at the Morisaki Bookshop. I recently read Days at the Morisaki Bookshop and I loved that book. It was very wholesome, very warm and cozy. And I'm expecting the same from this book as well. Plus, I do not have any more options. So I will be going for this book only, for this prompt. In the first book, Days at Morisaki Bookshop, the main character faces a brutal breakup in her romantic relationship and she decides to take a break and go to her uncle's apartment and live there. And her uncle owns this Morisaki Bookshop, which is a second-hand bookstore that expertises on modern literature, and she starts forming a bond with her uncle and she starts taking care of the bookshop, and that's how the story progresses. That is the least that I can say that does not give you any kind of spoilers, plus does not spoil the story for you as well. I think that this is the continuation of that story. Very excited to read it. Let's see what the 9th prompt is. A book with a female main character. It is, I guess, easy for me to pick because we have Better Than the Movies, which I'm struggling to take out from my cart. Okay, then we have The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. We have, I guess, we have Love Redesigned as well. Plus, I guess we also have Dolly Alderton's books. I guess Good Material is one such book. So here are the 4 options, and I think I will go for The Bodyguard by Catherine Center because this book has been in my TBR for quite some time now and I have heard a lot of good things about this book. So who has read about a female bodyguard before? I mean, the story itself from the very beginning is very interesting because the main female character is a bodyguard, and I guess it is a story between their romance that develops, her being the bodyguard, him being the one that needs to be protected. Very excited to read this one, and I'm going as blindly as possible because when it comes to romances, that was the best for me. Okay, the last prompt we have is a book with your favorite color on the cover. Can you see? I'm wearing my favorite color, by the way. My favorite color is black, and I can only see 2 books that are black in color. One is Reckless, obviously, and the other one is Things I Wanted to Say. I think I will go with Reckless because I'm already reading Powerless and my mind will be fresh with all of the things that happened in Powerless, and it will help me to read Reckless. And I can also do a reading vlog reading Powerless and Reckless, and it will be so fun annotating all of these books. Plus, you want to look at how gorgeous Reckless is. You saw Powerless, right? Wait for Reckless. Wait. Look how beautiful this one is. My camera is not doing justice at all to this book. Just look how gorgeous this book is. I mean, when you combine silver with red. Absolutely amazing. And the character art is just beautiful, okay? Amazing. Just look, the chemistry between these two people. I am very, very, very excited to read both Powerless and Reckless. And I guess choosing Reckless is the best way to end my November TBR. I have definitely made a dent on my TBR, and these are all of the books that I will be reading in the month of November. Yes, it is very scary and I'm very scared because this is a very huge TBR, but I'll try my level best because all of the books in this TBR are so amazing and I'm excited to read each and every one of them. Plus, we have a variety of books here. We have fantasy, we have romance, we have translated Japanese literature, and I am very excited to see what each and every of this book holds. I hope that you liked watching this video. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. And now to all of the people who have stuck to the end of the video, I have a small announcement. I have finally hit 1000 subscribers on my YouTube, and that feels surreal. That feels amazing, and I cannot wait for my family of YouTube to grow even more and to show gratitude to each and every one of you who has been supporting me from the very beginning. I am conducting a very small but very meaningful giveaway. There will be one winner, and that one person will get one book from me that is in his or her wish list that costs within 500. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do it already. And here are the rules of the giveaway. So first things first, this giveaway is for Indian residents only. You have to comment down below in this video stating what was the last book that you read and why you liked it or why you did not like it, and I'll select one comment randomly and will announce it in the next video. So best of luck guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. I have an amazing TBR for the month of November. Hope you do as well. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye, and don't forget to participate in the giveaway.